And welcome in, everybody. It's you know who in the booth again tonight. The Glad Dad here for race number 11 of the Synergy Elite Truck Summer Series. This is week 11 of 16 as we have entered the playoffs, baby. 12 drivers have walked into the playoffs here, and we're going to take a look at it. But first, we're at Nashville Super Speedway tonight for 100 laps. 1.3 miles here. Pit limit speed is 45 miles per hour. 78 track temp, 76 in the air. We get 2 sets of tires over the wall tonight. A little bit lower than we have used to seeing here. So, yeah, some strategy is going to come into play, no doubt about it. And the fuel limit, of course, is going to be at 100% as always. So let's get down here and take a look real quick at the points. And as they stand right now, Daniel Falkingham in the lead. As you can see, he's got a different points number than everybody else has because Daniel Falkingham won the regular season here throughout the first 10 races. So he gets an additional 20 points over everyone else to kind of give him that little bit of an advantage. But anyway, Brandon Broadfoot sitting second, Casey Sprinkle third, Ed Osborne fourth, Malik Ray fifth, Jonathan Cofield sixth, Curtis Banks in seventh, Matthew Cummins eighth, Tristan Bruce ninth, Keith Haley 10th, David Flanagan 11th, and Matthew David Wood 12th. Well, I mean, they're all technically tied for second place here, but that's the 12 drivers that have entered the playoffs here for kicking off Nashville Super Speedway tonight. As we've got, looks like qualifying has started here. So with that being said, let's get down to a track side here. As we got Brandon Broadfoot just finishing up here. And looks like he's going to be third fastest on the track right now. And Osborne just crossed the start-finish line here. Tristan Bruce currently sitting on the top spot here. Yep, the Hat of the Year award. Heck yeah, Josh Newman. That's what I'm talking about. Something fishy's going on around here. Hope everybody's doing good tonight in the Twitch stream. I'm enjoying myself. Got a little Tito's and the sweet tea again. You know how we do around here. Just something to take the edge off from a very bad work day. I love my job, but sometimes, oh man, you just want to high-five your coworkers in the face, if you know what I mean. Ed Osborne now sitting sixth as Casey Sprinkle takes over the top spot of 30.598. Looks like we've got here on track now Daniel Falkingham sitting at the end of pit road, getting ready to roll off. There he goes. Spin a little bit of tires. As we only get one lap here qualifying. Oh, Glad Mom in the house. What's going on, Glad Mom? I miss you. Where you at, baby? Where you at? You ain't on the couch over here. See what Daniel Falkingham can do here. I think he's going to be very good here at Nashville. It just kind of fits his driving style. Oh, yeah. Glad Mommy in the house. She in the house. Somewhere in the house. She's here. Out of turn number 2 here for Daniel Falkingham. And into turn number 3. No, Tito T's. No, she's not mixing those up. Across the start-finish line he goes. Where's he going to sit here? Is it going to be a number 1 spot? Yes, sir, it is. 30.481 for Daniel Falkingham. Now Jonathan Cofield crossing the start-finish line in third. Man, oh man, it's going to be stacked here on the front row. First couple of rows. And looks like we got Curtis Banks left. He's not going to be able to get a time in. We only got 10 seconds left. All right, so now that the practice and qualifying is over with, it's going to time to get down to the grid. As we got 10 drivers here set to take the field tonight for 100 laps. Should be over fairly quickly here. See what we got going on. And here we go. Starting on the pole tonight, the 39 of Daniel Falkenkamp. To his outside here, we got Casey Sprinkle in the 59. Sitting here in row 2, Jonathan Cofield, the 58, with Tristan Bruce in the 3. Row number 3, Adam Lichty with Brandon Broadfoot. Row 4, Keith Haley, Ed Osborne. And taking over row number 5, Matthew Markland with Curtis Mullet Man Banks. And like I said, as we sit right here inside the tower, we're going to show up the track conditions. 77 track temp, 76 in the air. Oh, well, welcome to Lebanon, Tennessee. With a 4 mile per hour wind out of the north. That's not going to upset the trucks at all here. 15 and above, yeah, probably. But not a 5, 6, 7 mile per hour wind. All right, and here we go. Getting ready to, no, Ray is not racing. All right, getting ready to get this thing started. Green flag in the air. Let's go. As we got the 30 now, the 59 loose as he goes up the wall. Tristan Bruce trying to avoid the 01 of Keith Haley now. Looking to the inside. He also slows down. Casey Sprinkle with a huge moment here. You know these tires are cold. As Daniel Falkenkamp now with a about a 2.5 car length lead over Jonathan Cofield. Pretty much nose to tail here. This is going to be a Cofield type of track here. He's very methodical. So he should have some very good long run speed tonight. As Adam Lichty here sitting in the 3rd position. Already up 2 spots from where he started. And Brandon Broadfoot. We got Brandon Broadfoot on screen tonight. There he is in his webcam. As he's battling the 77 and Curtis Banks on the inside. Try not to push the truck too hard there, my friend. Brandon Broadfoot is probably one of the nicest guys I've met here on iRacing. He's super helpful. Would give you the shirt off his back. Just needs a good solid run here. I mean, he's in the playoffs. What's going on, Rob Hamilton? How we doing tonight? Let's check on Matt Markland here. Running in 10th place. as he's closing up here on the 77 of Banks. Now let's take a look here, see if Tristan Bruce going to close in on the back of the 59 of Casey Sprinkle. He's running him down slowly but surely. Oh yeah, about to make a move here on the 59. And you can see off the back tailgate here of the 59, it's got a finger pointing back at him. It says, "You're slow." I believe it's the other way around. You're holding up Tristan Bruce here, Casey. Tristan got some speed, just nothing he can do with it right now as the preferred line's on the bottom. Coming out of turn number 2, going down the back stretch. Thank you, darling heart. I love you too, Layla. I got a soft spot for my kids, I'm telling you what. Daniel Falkingham still leading the way here over Cofield, still about 2.5, 3 truck lengths. Separating the top 2. Running pretty much identical laps here. Well, looks like Cofield a little bit slower here, about a 0.5 that last lap by. Adam Lichty still up here by himself. Got a nice even gap between him, Cofield, and him and Sprinkle. Tristan Bruce still trying to close up the gap on the 59 and make a pass. And let's check on Brendan Brockfoot. He gets by Ed Osborne now, pulls himself up into 6th place. Got a long way to go there, 22. Ed Osborne now has got the 01 here. Oh, man, they're a little loose right there coming out of the corner. Curtis Banks loose on the bottom. So the trucks are starting to transition here. They're going to get looser. They're going to get tight. They usually get really tight out of turn number 4. It's kind of just a funky. Nashville Super Speedway is a funky oval. There's no doubt about it. And it's so high speed in 3 and 4 that the truck appears to, or not appears, it actually grips up early, but you really need to wait a little bit longer and not stab the throttle. If you do, you're going straight up to the wall. And I guarantee you, when it starts getting down to the nitty gritty, they're going to be hitting that wall hard. And looks like Cofield's made it back to the back bumper here of Falkingham. Doing a nice job tonight. Truck's starting to come to life for Cofield. Getting a little tight though for Cofield. You could hear the tires kind of start to scream a little bit, as he was behind the 39. Looks like Adam Lichty's kind of fell back a little bit as he's about to be under attack from the 59 of Casey Sprinkle. Third, fourth, and fifth here. In line. Lichty about to be all kind of pressured up here by the 59. They're not closing in on the front two at all. As we're looking down the back stretch, here they come. And there we go. Now Casey Sprinkle looking to make the pass happen underneath the 35 of Adam Lichty. Side by side they go. Will Casey be able to take the spot away? Yeah, looks like he is. Yeah, he's going to slide up here in front of the 35. And away he goes. Moves back up into third place. Started second. Fell back there out of turn number 2. And has tried to work his way up ever since. And here goes Tristan Bruce now down to the inside of Adam. And people say all the time, isn't it weird saying your name on the broadcast, saying the name Adam? I was like, no, of course not. My name's not Adam. It's Glatt Dad. I don't know who this Adam guy is. But Tristan Bruce now moves up into fourth place. Brandon Broadfoot, he's going to try to close in here as he is 2.5 seconds away from Adam Lichty. Now a battle happening here between Osborne and Banks. Banks going to make the pass happen. Oh, as he's in the wall a little bit, that's going to slow him down on the front stretch. That's going to allow Osborne to try to make the pass again, but now he's going to run the high side here. And nope, back down to the bottom. He thought about it, and he said, it's just not come in yet. Matt Markland's still back here in 10th, trying to close up. He's within a half a second here of Keith Haley in the 01 machine. Meanwhile, Daniel Falkingham has led every single lap here. Fuel window tonight's going to be somewhere around the 55 to 58, 57 mark. So looking to see a nice green flag run here. And when will these guys pit? You know, we got 100 laps tonight. We're already a quarter of the way through this race. When will these guys pit? There's only 2 sets of tires over the wall. Lichty was just trying to battle Tristan Bruce here. Still trying to battle him. Lichty found some pace. Now Jonathan Cofield's going to start falling back here. 0.4 of a second. It's about 6 car lengths. Somewhere around there. 5.5, 6. Still there, though, if something was to happen to Daniel Falkingham. which is unlikely. Falkingham is in his own little world. Fantastic driver, week in and week out. If it was me, I'd pit somewhere around lap 35. If it was me, you know, kind of split this thing up in a two-stopper. That's just me, though. Sitting here looking at the fastest laps or the average laps everybody was running, which is somewhere around the 30-60s, late 30-50s. And now we're 31-70s to 32s. So we've dropped off about right at a second, almost a second and a half pace after 25 laps. That's quite a bit. I want to say it's going to be about a 2-second deficit by the time they pit. It's not going to fall off a whole lot more than that. The pace doesn't just continue to dwindle down. It'll plateau there after so long. Cofield's worked his way back up here again. Get on board here with Jonathan Cofield as he's back in the draft once again. Oh, had to get on the brakes here. Drove it down a little deep down in turn number 1. There we go. Nice rotation out of the 58. See what he can do here. It is getting tight. You can see he was turning the wheel. It was going off the track. All right, so we've taken a lap here with Jonathan Cofield. Now let's take the lap here with Daniel Falkingham. A little bit different here. Falkingham not pushing it nearly as hard. He's letting the truck rotate naturally here. Kind of turning the wheel where he wants it to go. And back up the track. Now let's take a look back at Jonathan Cofield again. Kind of see what they're fighting with here. That is not the spot you want to be in on the track. There's no grip up there yet. You can see he just went up here and hit the wall as the caution comes out. Competition caution at lap 30. So, of course, they're going to get fuel here. Still not going to be able to make it all the way on fuel, though. Could be a nice reset for tires. And everybody coming down. Gonna see, I can almost guarantee it's gonna be a 4-tire stop for everybody as we look here. Oh yeah, everybody up on the right sides. And away they go. Cofield's gonna take over the second spot, or keep the second spot. Daniel Falkingham gonna keep the top spot here. Casey Sprinkle third. Tristan Bruce in fourth with Brandon Broadfoot. He's going to move up a spot here as he made it past Adam Lichty on pit road. Tank man competition caution on lap 30. Once they crossed the start finish line to grab 31, the competition caution came out. So it's going to be a nice little reset here. Going to see if Daniel Falkingham can continue his wrath here tonight. As Tristan Bruce now going to take over the second spot. You doing okay, Chris? Hope everybody's going to have a fantastic weekend. Well, good. I'm glad. I don't want to go outside. I can tell you that. It was very hot today. I think 111 was what it got up to. So I'm going to stay inside all weekend. Yeah, I bet you are still concussed. I bet you are. All right, here we go. Falkingham going to lead the way here. Nice little jump for him. Tristan Bruce going to follow here in second, but he's got Cofield looking right underneath him. What will Cofield do? Got to be careful. Now we've got not heat cycle tire. We got new tires here on a rubbered up track. The 22 and the 35. Nice battle here. 22 on the bottom. Given plenty of room. These two guys, they always do race pretty well together. If I didn't say so myself, I would say, or I would guess they race together in another league. Just by the way they race one another. Either they've had issues here in the past between themselves, or they're familiar with one another. Ed Osborne around the outside of the 22. Now Brandon Broadfoot falling back. Here's Keith Haley looking to make a pass happen. As we look up front, Cofield now with a 3/10 of a second lead over, or Falkingham. Yeah, Falkingham, 3/10 of a second lead over Cofield. Pretty much single filed out here. Cofield, Bruce, Sprinkle. Looking off the nose here of Casey Sprinkle. Nice American flag on the hood of his truck. Looking to the left rear quarter panel of the 3. Oh, he's going to get to him here and with a bump. Pushing him down the backstretch. As they're coming out of turn number 4 here. And this is what the flagman sees as they come across the start-finish line. Sailing off down to turn number 1. Cofield going to try a little bit different strategy this time. He's going to let out a little earlier. Try to rotate. save some tires. He's got an idea of what his tires look like after that pit stop. So some things are definitely going to change here. No doubt about it. Nashville Super Speedway may be concrete, but I'm telling you, it eats up tires. If it was a little bit more of a banking gear, it wouldn't be a problem, but it's just so fast that it just eats the tires up like a cheese grater. Because you're trying to rotate here at 150 miles per hour. Yeah, it was a hard hit, Tank Man. Buckingham still leading the way here by about 3 car lengths lead over Cofield. Nice even gap between everybody. Adam Lichty here moved back up in the 5th as he's to the back bumper here, pretty much, of the 59 of Casey Sprinkle. You can just hear the tires screaming, "Help me, help me." Diving it down nice and deep here into turn 3, giggity. Pick on Brendan Broadfoot. Looks like he's got a second gap here over Ed Osborne. And he's about a second back from, well, second and a half back from Adam Lichty. Pretty much nose to tail now. Buckingham, not as fast as he was. Cofield trying something different. He's down to the apron. But yeah, just looking at the lap times here, the sheet I've got in front of me here, Buckingham is at least a tenth to a tenth and a half, if not more, slower per lap here on the newer tires. He's doing what he needs to do just to stay ahead of these guys. He's not going out there putting blistering time down. He's doing what he needs to do to keep those guys at bay while trying to save and still keep the pace. Trucks are looking very nice under the lights tonight. Cofield just trying something different here. I mean, he knows what he's doing. There's no doubt about it. I mean, the guy's been running second the entire time. These guys have seen what their tires have looked like here after 30 laps of hard running. They know what they can and cannot do. So it's time to just settle in here. I mean, we're almost halfway in this race. If it was me, I'd put somewhere around lap 70 and I'd call it a day. Because they can't make it all the way on fuel. Between about 55, 57 laps here, they're going to be on fumes. So, and let's put it on lap 31. So you're looking at somewhere around lap 86 to lap 90 on fuel. That's pushing it. Top 4 nose to tail. Tristan Bruce putting pressure on Cofield. Out the back here of Tristan Bruce. Casey Sprinkle getting down on that yellow line just a little bit. You can see there, that's what it caused. It shot the truck up the track. And into 4 he went, and look at all the ground he lost just in that just from that one little incident there. Shot him up the track, lost a bunch of ground. Now he's got to push his truck harder than he was pushing before to try to close that gap back up, to put himself back in position to try to take that spot away from Tristan Bruce. And Jonathan Cofield still within striking distance here, about a car length and a half separates these guys, and that's about 20 feet or so, 25 feet. I believe these trucks are somewhere around the 18 to 20 foot mark. So let's see, Cofield probably needs to try a little bit more of an arch in 1 and 2. I think that'll really help him out. 3 and 4, really nothing you can do here but follow the leader and hope he messes up. But a little bit more of an arch in 1 and 2, I think, would really help him out. He's entering way low here. You see the arch that Falkingham has. Just not allows him to have nice car control on the center off. Gotta be easy there. Cofield seeing that the truck's trying to grip up. And it's gripping up early. So to get back in the throttle is pushing a little bit tight. See the nice arch there from Daniel Falkingham. That's exactly what you need to be doing. I may be a broadcaster, but I know how to race, dang it. And it looks like Casey Sprinkle, Tristan Bruce battling side by side here. Sprinkle, he's going to have the preferred position here on the bottom. Bruce is really going to have to push his truck on the high side. And not going to be able to keep that position. Bruce now falls back to 4th as Sprinkle takes over the 3rd spot. Now Bruce into the wall a little bit with the right rear. No harm, no foul. It's going to slow him up a little bit here, not a whole lot. And that's Brandon Broadfoot back here in 6th place, 3 seconds back from Adam Lichty in the 35 machine, sitting in the 5th spot. And looks like Matthew Markland and Ed Osborne battling side by side here. Markland trying to give plenty of room to the 28 of Ed Osborne. And when I say plenty of room, Noah's Ark could squeeze through that gap. Why you say Brock LOL for, Tank Man? Oh, did I say Brandon Brock? Oh, Brandon Broadfoot. I said that. I did that earlier. I'm sorry. We know who Brandon Brock is. And for those who don't know, he's a driver in another league on Thursday nights I call, and Tuesday nights. So when I see Brandon, I automatically think of that clown. Super cool guy, though. Not a clown in the bad way. So Broadfoot now 3.5 seconds back from Adam Lichty, as Cofield still 2.5 tenths separate him from Falkingham, now 2 tenths. So that's a car length and a half. How we doing, Steve? What's going on? Cofield gonna look to try to make a move here. The bottom side is the dominant side. I mean, it's just, that's the bottom lane's dominant here. It's hard to make a pass up top, especially with a truck that shares the same pace you have. It's very, very difficult. I mean, you almost have to get a bumper to them. That's really the only way to get them up off the bottom, or hope they make a mistake. But nose to tail they go again. Still a very narrow entry here for the 58. I mean, yeah, probably, Tank Man. Probably. I mean, I do think they're faster. I mean, just looking at their lap times compared to the first run here. Now, I know it was new rubber. Now the track's rubbered up here as they're getting older tires. But the pace has slowed down substantially. I mean, they're running 3170s now. .32.0s, 32.1s. The only real action on the track right now is the 58 and the 39. Yeah, you're going to have to put a bumper to him. The only way is going to get him off the bottom. You got to have more of an arch in 1 and 2. It's just Cofield may be faster than Falkingham right now, but the lane he's choosing is just, that's a new tire lane. Whoa, Falkingham loose. Got down on the yellow line here and now somehow keeps the lead. I have no clue why or how that happened. Him being able to keep the lead other than Cofield letting out here. He definitely let out and let him have it. Yeah, I mean, that's what I like to call sizing them up. Just kind of seeing what you could do with them here. Yeah, you're exactly right there, Tank. I mean, you got a 4,300 I-rating guy here, Jonathan Cofield, going after a world-class license, 7663. I mean, that's quite the show Cofield's putting on. I'm not gonna lie. Starting to ease back just a little bit. Cofield from Falkingham. As we look back here, Adam Lichty trying to run down Tristan Bruce. Kind of see what he can do with him here. They're running identical lap times. The last 6 laps, as a matter of fact, they ran almost identical lap times. Brandon Broadfoot in a race of his own here with Keith Haley. Matt Markland trying to run him down. Markland has some good pace here going on. And you see this guy's got a paint scheme and it says the barrel killer or no barrels. It's just tracks like that have the barrels in front of the pit lane entrance at the pit wall. Matt Markland has an addiction, okay? We've tried intervention. We've tried other things. Oh, here he goes. He's gonna see if he can't get him some barrels. Oh, well, no, that's not gonna happen. He doesn't have any barrels on this track. But yeah, he has an addiction to barrels filled with sand. He just can't help himself. All right, so we're on lap 70. That's about the time I said that if I was them, I would pit. Matt Markland heard the words. He came down. Adam Lichty came down at lap 70 as well. I think that is a fantastic lap to start coming down, and you know, it gives you 30 laps to kind of do something here. Now, if you wait a little bit too long, I know you can wait till close to lap 90 and then come down and get a little splash of fuel. But I think the earlier you pit here, it gives you more time to kind of run them down. The leaders here, the top 2, Falkingham and Cofield running 31.8s. If I was Cofield, I'd come down, try to short pit here. Or undercut, if you will. That's the word choice I'm looking for, undercut. Ed Osborne down pit road as well. Top 2 still nose to tail. They've been nose to tail for almost 75 laps now. Casey Sprinkle's got a lead now, 3.7 seconds, 3.8 over Tristan Bruce. Tristan's falling back. Brandon Broadfoot, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. They're both BBs. Brandon Broadfoot. I don't know why I'm doing that tonight. And he's going to think it's funny as all get out, too, when he goes back and listens to the broadcast. Keith Haley, he's 10 seconds back from Broadfoot. And Curtis Banks now in the 7th position here, as Adam Lichty is in 8th. These drivers have new tires. Looks like Curtis Banks, though, lengthy pit stop, 32 seconds, 32 and a half seconds. Yeah, I'm thinking about him. That's my man. Anyway, enough of that. Looks like these drivers right here are in for the long haul. I mean, when you broadcast 3 races pretty much, 3 series week after week, and you see the same names, they're just kind of stuck in your head there, Tank. You know how it is. What's going on, Tim Boyce? Man, you better get off of here and enjoy that vacation. We'll be here when you get back. Casey Sprinkle still in third place. Have a nice run tonight. Christian Bruce still falling back now as Brandon Broadfoot. 1 second back now from him. Let's get on board here with Brandon Broadfoot. He's slowly closing in on the 3 truck. Now less than 1 second. He definitely got that long run pace. As Casey Sprinkle now down pit road. Sprinkle on pit road. Everything looks good for him. As Falkingham, Cofield still out, dealing with a little bit of lap traffic. That's Ed Osborne between the 2 drivers now. Ed, he's on fresh tires, so he's going to be able to go around the outside here. And he's going to be able to clear the 39 with ease. That kind of hurt Falkingham just a little bit. It allowed Cofield to get back up to the back of him here. It was about half a second back. Now he's back to his back bumper. Tank full of jokes tonight. The joke's on me. The joke is absolutely on me tonight. There's no doubt about it. When are these guys going to pit? We're on lap 80 right now. 81. Oh, and we're downshifted here from Buckingham to try to get some rotation in the truck. Coming down pit road now. He's going to undercut Jonathan Cofield now. Christian Bruce, Brandon Broadfoot down pit road as well. Cofield staying out. Going to hope for a caution. Or is he going to go back and pit this time by? No mistakes on pit road for Jonathan Cofield. That's what he needs. He needs a good, solid pit stop. And he's staying out. No. No way. We'll take a look here. No. There's no way Jonathan Cofield can stay out. There's no way he'll make it to the end. That the fuel gauge there on the bottom, you see it's in the red now. I've got that set to the estimated fuel mileage of what these trucks can run here at this race on 100% fuel. And the guy's almost on fumes. He can go probably a few more laps. I was saying maybe to 90, but that was even pushing it there. As Curtis Banks here in second place. Oh, he's hard to wall. As Ed Osborne goes by. Well, yeah, I know he was, but look, there's no way you can save 10 laps here on a track this slow. No way. The draft just does not allow you to save that much. Yeah, see, there he comes, come down at lap 85. So now that Cofield is down, Falkingham, everybody's going to go around here, get their laps back. Banks staying out. So he's coming down. Everything looked good on entry for Cofield. There's Curtis Banks, and here's Daniel Falkingham. As he's coming out of turn number 4 now, Jonathan Cofield still on pit road. He'll be pulling out here just a minute or second. Yep, there he goes. All right, as Falkingham. Oh, yeah, he's gone. Jonathan Cofield, bad call from Cofield. Staying out like that, you should have pitted. Yeah, you should have pitted before, during, or one lap after Daniel Falkingham. Because see, now he's had all this time on these new tires. All this time on the new tires. Last pitted on lap 171. No, I'm sorry, not 171. That's top speed. Last pitted on lap 82 for Daniel Falkingham and 86 for Jonathan Cofield. That's 4 laps that Falkingham was able to put lap after lap down. Total pit stop time for Falkingham, 44.42 seconds. So 2 seconds slower here for Jonathan Cofield, total pit stop time. Cofield is closing in. I mean, he's 6.6 seconds back, but with 12 laps to go and the phenomenal speed from Daniel Falkingham, it's just I don't see it happening here. I don't even think Cofield will maybe catch Adam Lichty here as he last pitted on lap 71. He might catch him. Curtis Banks now down pit road as he's going to fall to 10th place. Here comes Cofield now. He's made it almost to the back here of Adam Lichty. He's going to go past. He's moving pretty quick. I mean, he's using these tires up. There's no doubt. As Cofield had a little bit of a connection issue there. And we got the end of it as well. But we're back. When you're watching someone and they glitch out like that due to connection issue, it just messes your whole thing up as well. Like it messes your overlays up and everything because it's just like goes crazy because they're on the track but they're not connection wise. Sprinkle in second place here, 3.4 seconds back and falling. He's 2/10, yeah, exactly 2/10 slower per lap than Daniel Falkingham is. As Cofield made it past Adam Lichty now, 2 seconds back is Lichty. And now 1.8 seconds back is Cofield to Sprinkle. So he may go up there and grab him. Now 1.3 seconds is Cofield back from Sprinkle. You can see it there. We'll look off the rear bumper here of Casey Sprinkle. Cofield on the way here, but we got 5 laps to go. He's on the move, that's for sure. Daniel Falkingham still 3.4 seconds ahead of Sprinkle. The laps have definitely got consistent. Sprinkle's actually picked up a half a tenth here on Falkingham per lap. The last 2 laps. Cofield almost to the back bumper here of Sprinkle. He's going to easily take over the second spot. Not too bad a night for Jonathan Cofield. I mean, he stayed out of bad luck tonight. You know, the bad luck normally finds Cofield, no matter what track combo it is. The guy is very unlucky. Oh, Sprinkle, just a little touch there, a little kiss to the wall out of turn number 4. That's could definitely bring Cofield up quicker. As Daniel Falkingham coming around here to grab the white flag one more time around. Down the backstretch he goes. And into turn number 3. Checker flag will wave here for Daniel Falkingham. Fantastic run here by him. Led 94 of the 100 laps. And looks like Sprinkle held off Cofield. And here comes Falkingham back around to the start-finish line, and around he goes. Going to do some nice burnouts here for the fans in the stands. Dominating performance tonight by Daniel Falkingham. All right, well, let's get into our finish results for tonight's race. Falkingham leading 94 laps, bringing it home in the number 1 spot after grabbing the pole. Casey Sprinkle held off Jonathan Cofield late in the race to bring it home at second. Cofield in third. Adam Lichty in fourth. Tristan Bruce finishing fifth. Brandon Broadfoot in 6th, with Matt Markland 7th, Keith Haley 8th, Ed Osborne in 9th, and Curtis Banks finishing 10th. Jonathan Cofield, though, with the fastest lap of a 30.489. And Matt Markland with the hard charger up 2 spots from where he started. Only 1 caution. That was the competition caution for 2 laps, and 3 green flag lead changes by 3 different drivers. All right, so let's see. We need to get over here, slide over just a little bit, and see if we can't get in Jonathan Cofield here for an interview. There we go. Jonathan Cofield, glad to have the booth. You got me. Man, great run here tonight. Finally, the bad luck has subsided for you. It seems like every week I call this race, you're caught up in some kind of garbage, and not of your doing. So how about a third place finish tonight?
That's pretty good. I mean, last week I sped on pit road. That was my doing. But other than that, yeah, not too bad. Had a fun race.
Yes, sir. Did you have anything there for Daniel during that run, or were you just kind of sizing him up to see what you could do if and when you got back to the back bumper?
Yeah, just waiting on him to make a mistake, which, he's a pro guy, so probably not going to make very many of those. Don't want to put the bumper to him. I'm not that kind of racer. Can't pass on the high side. I tried to go up high a couple times and get a run, but that didn't work. And I wasn't shifting into third. I got close to him there toward the end of the runs and noticed he was shifting down into third in the corners. Yep. So right there before we pitted on that long run, I started trying it and was able to kind of keep up with him off the corners. So I tried that for a little while. But yeah, I stayed out too late. I should have pitted a little earlier. I didn't realize how many laps we had left. So that's just my fault. Lost a position to who's that, Casey? But
yeah.
All good, man. Nashville's one of my favorite tracks. So come out third. All the points just reset. So
yep, they'll be
sitting pretty good in the standing. So yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Well, if you got any shout outs, we'll get those and we'll send you on your way.
Oh yeah, man. Of course, you doing the broadcast. Can't wait to go back and watch it. Brandon Broadfoot for everything he does. Hope we get some car counting here next season or toward the end. That would be awesome. Shaco Springs, Pines 30 Design, Sim Shop. Ain't got no teammates in here. Hillbilly Custom Baits got them on the truck, and that's about it, man. Congratulations to Daniel on the win.
Absolutely, man. Great shout outs as always, and hopefully we'll see you here in the podium again.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, and we don't have second place in here, Casey Sprinkle, so we're going to go ahead and pull in Daniel Falkingham and get a word in here with Daniel. Daniel, glad to have the booth. You got me.
Yeah, I got you.
Man, dominating performance tonight. 94 laps led out of 100. You had more. I knew you had more, but you were just doing what you needed to do to stay out in front of him. I was watching your times from the first run to the second run. I was like, he's sandbagging a little bit. He's going to try to make sure he's got enough left in case they try to make a run at him.
Yeah, first run, I don't know. I felt really tight. I mean, I was trying to take care of the right front while in the lead and hoping just dumping all my dirty air on Cofield would help. I mean, he was still right there. But I mean, the track was so gripped up as well that I feel like it was really hard to pull away from him, especially with how good he was. So, but yeah, second run, we tried to do some different things. I tried downshifting a couple times, see if that I could get some more speed out of it. It definitely worked, but I feel like it was chewing up my tires even more. But yeah, just had to plan out that last pit stop in case it went green. I think we timed it correctly, but Cofield not pitting with me is really what threw him out of a shot of a win. Because I mean, if he would have followed me on a pit road or just came a lap later, he definitely would have shot at me. So, but yeah, shout out to him. He had a really good pace, just didn't execute, which you got to do at the end of these races. So, but still, shout out to him. But yeah, glad we could do what we needed to do, and glad to get this first round of the playoffs in our rearview mirror.
Yeah, you started off with an advantage here as you were the regular season champion. Started off with 2,020 points, and now you're the winner again. I mean, you're just going to be setting sail here on the rest of the guys. But if you got any shout-outs, we'll get those, and we'll send you on your way.
Yeah, just thank you for broadcasting. Thanks to Brandon for putting the series on. Thanks to everyone who comes on to races. I know we've just had so many small fields the last couple of weeks, but it is what it is. Hopefully we can get some more turnout as the season winds down. But thanks to everyone who still comes out and tries to support it as best they can. And yeah, there's a shout out to Casey and John on the podiums. And yeah, thanks to everyone watching.
Awesome, man. Great shout outs, buddy. And glad to have you here. Congratulations on the win. We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, folks. That was Daniel Falkingham, your winner for tonight. And I want to appreciate Jonathan Cofield hopping in and talking to us as well, as he finished in the 3rd position tonight. Let's see. Let's look here at the schedule for the summer series here, as we're heading to Indianapolis Motor Speedway next week. Woo, I love that track. It's going to be fun in the trucks. A lot of drafting here, so definitely stay tuned for that. But tomorrow night, we're heading we're heading an hour east of me from my hometown to Five Flags Speedway, where Whiskey Ridge Racing will be sponsoring the Elite Racing Summer Series there for 200 laps. So it's going to be a hoot and a half. Definitely stick around for that for tomorrow night. Make sure you hit that follow button so you get notified every time we go live. And that's going to do it for tonight, everyone. I'm the Glad Dad here with Outcast Motorsports Network. And stay fast, stay clean. And as always, it's okay to be an outcast. We'll see you next time, guys. Take it easy. Good night.